Hallo Paperlovers, welkom bij een nieuwe YouTube video that I created for cuttoyou. In this YouTube video I used the freebie cut file from the newsletter from cuttoyou, and I got some extra cut files with my Cricut Maker, the daffodil posy flowers for behind the freebie cut file. But first we start with the distress oxide and make a mixed media background. So here I'm using my pencil and draw some lines where I want to have my cut file, so I know a little bit where I want to make my background. And first I start with the distress oxide, the green color. I will put in the description the colors of the distress inks that I used. I put a little bit ink on my clear stamp and make circle prints on my background. You can use a background stamp that's just like look like a spot or a stain, and you put a little bit distress oxide on the clear stamp. With your brush you make it a little bit wet, and then you stamp several times, print several times on your background. So I think I'm almost done with my green color for the leaves, and I decided to edit a second color on my scrapbook page, and it's the pink one. I thought it was the Kitch flamingo, but also I will put the colors from the distress oxide in the subscription that I use in this video. What I also do here with my distress oxide is I spray a little bit water with the distress oxide on my sheet and with my pencil and make some splashes on my background. Here I'm using the pink distress oxide color for my background, and I do it exactly the same way that I did it with my green color. I stamped several times on the background and made some splatters with my pencil. So I spray a little bit water by the distress oxide, and then I splatter with my pencil on my background. So it's time to use the cut file that the freebie cut file from the cuttoyou and newsletter, and I already cut some design paper to size. I put my camera on the design paper and I draw around with the pencil, and because I wanted to make a little mini album on my scrapbook page instead of only a cut file. So the design papers are from Paige Evans from the collection Wonders. I love the beautiful collection. It's one of my favorites. So of course here I glue the camera on top of the design papers, so I created a mini album for on my scrapbook page. In this wonderful collection from Paige Evans, there are a lot of text and labels to fill my mini album, and I'm using some S-shaped tape to put everything in my mini album. But to be sure the labels don't fall out of my mini album, I'm using some pink thread to stitch all the labels into my mini book. So my mini book is in place on my layout, and I decided to place the flower cut files that I buy from cuttoyou under the freebie cut file. So I wanted to use some extra cut files. I like when I'm using flower cut files to use them just like just look like some lace. If you put the cut files on your background and you place some other flowers on top of it, it gives you it. I think it gives just a little of extra dimension on your scrapbook pages. So this is one of the favorite things that I do. And now it's time to, here I'm using a yellow flower that I made from circles. At the end I will put the yellow flower that I made behind my cut file, but that you will see it later in this video. But now it's time to place all the alphas in place and attach them to my scrapbook page. Here I rough the edges from my alphas. It's a lot of work, but I think it really looks great on your layout, and I'm using a distress tool for it. And I attached my alphas with some 3D foam, so my alphas will a little bit pop out of the scrapbook page. And I do it with the whole title, so it's a lot of work, but I think it looks very festive and gorgeous when you see the alphas. The title of your layout will a little bit popping off your scrapbook page. I put my mini camera album under my title, Love This Documented Life, and I puzzle a little bit with the paper flowers that I made, where I wanted to have them here on my layout. I'm using some big die cuts, some flower die cuts from the collection, Wonder collection, and I cut some flowers out from the design paper, and I give them a spot on this layout on top of the cut files. I've also cut a butterfly, and here I'm punched some stars out from the design paper and put them here on top of the camera. And then it's time to film my mini album with pictures, Snapchat pictures that I wanted to use for this mini album. I love how all the text fits perfect with this mini album, and I'm decorating my page further with the paper flowers. For the pictures, I'm using some design paper that I cut to size with my guillotine, and I ruffle the edges with my distress etcher and put them behind the photo, and then I place the photos in my mini album. I close my mini album with a paper clip, and I'm draw a heart on the design papers and I cut it out, and I rough the edges with the distress etcher, and I put the design paper heart in the center of this mini album camera. And here I rough the edges with my distress etcher, and I'm using 3D foam to put the design paper heart in the middle of this camera. So here I use die cut flower for under my heart, a little bit. I slide it a little bit under my heart, and I put the butterflies in place on this scrapbook page, and the yellow paper flower that I made from hearts, I put them behind the flower cut file. And then it's time to attach all the paper flowers on my scrapbook page using some edge shave tape. I'm using paper roses for in the center of my paper flowers. I'm putting a banner on top of my photo camera, and here I cut my white cardstock to size and put it on top of design paper. Here I'm choosing some puffy alphas and made the word selfie time, because in my mini album I will put a lot of Snapchat pictures from me and my family. So at the end I made some gesso splitters on my page, because I like the gesso splitters on my work. It gives a festive look. And at the end of this video I stitched the edges of this scrapbook page, and I folded the edges a little bit up. So that is my scrapbook layout for cuttoyou with the freebie cut file. I hope you get some great idea about using this cut file. You can also choose to make only a mini album of the camera cut file. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time on my YouTube channel for a new video. For now, have a lovely day, and be creative with this beautiful cut file from cuttoyou.